Andrey, what's the biggest mistake online sellers make once an order is placed?
I would say that they
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Ecommerce Coffee Break podcast. Today we're diving into something most merchants completely overlook: order tracking. Done right, tracking can keep customers happy, slash support tickets, and even drive repeat sales. To find out more about how best practices in tracking can be implemented in your business, I'm joined today by Andrey. He's the founder of Parcelus, a Shopify app that turns boring tracking pages into branded revenue-boosting tools. We have a lot to cover, so let's get started. Andrey, welcome to the show.
Hi there. Thanks for having me.
Andrey, what's the biggest mistake online sellers make once an order is placed?
I would say that some of them tend to neglect what happens next. I've talked with a lot of merchants who basically don't care where their customers will track their orders. Like they give them a tracking number, and they just direct them to the carrier's website. For example, if there's a USPS tracking number, they just say like, go to the USPS website and track it there. But by doing that, they actually lose customers' attention after they made a purchase, and this is very valuable. Because of this is like already your client. This is a hot audience, so to speak. And this is a golden opportunity to grab more revenue.
Totally, I can totally relate to that. I'm an online shopper myself, and I have run a store for many years, and tracking is always a bit of a oversight at the end of the day. So it can be also very messy from a merchant's perspective. As you mentioned, there might be multiple services involved, and you never know where the tracking is coming from. How can a messy tracking ruin the customer experience?
For example, if you are a drop shipper, and let's say you are selling in the US, what often happens is when you receive a tracking number from China Post, for example, when the package gets moved to the US, it often goes through some European countries. And during this period, the package may be assigned with a new tracking number. For example, like the Netherlands Post or Belgium Post or something like this. And the tracking number, this second tracking number has to be picked up as well. And for a customer, it's like it's a huge hassle. So at first, they have to go to the China Post website. They have to search for the English version of it. Then fetch this second tracking number, go to the Netherlands Post, and after that, to the USPS website, and so on and so on. It would be very convenient for a customer to see this tracking info all in one place. And that's basically what we do.
Mm-hmm. Now, where's my order is probably one of the most asked questions in customer support anyway. A good tracking system is more than just check my order tool. And you have come up with a solution to also generate more revenue, generate more customer loyalty. How do you do this? How does it work?
So what we do is first, we have an upselling section on the order tracking page. So when you install our app, an order tracking page is automatically created at your store. That's the one benefit. And you may go into upselling settings section in our app and select the certain products to show there. So when a customer tracks their order at this page, they see some other products at your store, like you may name it something like you may also like those products, stuff like that. And they're obviously more likely to buy there because if they bought something from you, it means that they already like your products and so on and so on. And on top of that, we have smart email notifications. So, for example, when the order moves, our system automatically picks up in the background the new updates, and when there are some updates, it actually sends an email notification to the customer through our Klaviyo integration, and you may also put some ads in the email itself. So on top of the link to the tracking page, it also generates additional revenue.
That's very smart. I mean, you get the information about the trackings on the way, and then you get another product shown that might actually work with the product that you just ordered. So very smart move there. Now, for Shopify merchants, they might be interested in how to implement this into their store. Talk me through it. How does that work?
Yeah, so basically you install our app. It's called Parcelus. It's on the App Store. When you install it, the tracking page is already there, as I've said, and you just go through our onboarding section. It's right on the dashboard, and it explains very clearly what to do next and how to do this. It's very intuitive. Our Klaviyo integration is connected to your Klaviyo account via just one click. So it's you won't have to dig through like API keys or something like this. You just push one button and that's it. And yeah, that's basically it. You will also have to create Klaviyo flows, which will be triggered by our events that we push to Klaviyo. But our customer success managers are more than willing to set it up for you, like from scratch. Like full onboarding can be done for you if you want to.
Mm-hmm. I want to take one step back and go a little bit more into carriers. So obviously there's hundreds and hundreds of carriers out there. How do you pull the information from these carriers into the store and then to the client, to the customer?
Yeah. So what we do is we have a lot of patterns that tracking numbers may match, and when we see that a certain tracking number matches certain carriers, we try to fetch the tracking information from all of them, and whichever gives us the tracking info, we see that this package is handled by this carrier. Next, when the package, for example, moves to the next country, we also pick up every carrier in this country and also try to fetch the tracking info from them. And this way, we get the tracking info from every possible carrier that may handle this package. Some tracking systems out there, they just check two carriers, like the origin country one and the destination country one. But we search for every possible carrier that matches the tracking number pattern.
Mm-hmm. One question comes to mind is some products might come from different carriers than other products. How do you link a product through the order to the right carrier?
Well, that's just how a tracking number matches our patterns. So we through the years of our work, we have amassed a lot of different tracking numbers and a lot of different patterns that they match. So sometimes we may check like 10 different carriers and only like 2 of them may have the info, and that's okay. We are more than happy to dedicate more of our resources, like servers and stuff like that, our infrastructure, to go above and beyond to check more than needed, than to miss something.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk a little bit about results. Can you share any kind of customer experiences of your customers? What kind of results they saw once it was implemented?
Yeah, exactly. As I've said, the Klaviyo integration is like the main revenue generating tool. Even if we don't optimize it, so sometimes we just use the basic setup, independent of merchants' traffic, products, customers, and so on. At the very least, we see like a couple of percent uptick in revenue. So, for example, if your store makes like $30,000 per month in revenue, it's already like $500 to $600 additional revenue. And when we do some optimization, like we play around with different products, different ads in the emails and in the notification emails, like we try with the different stores, different merchants, like they have different kinds of traffic and so on. And in some cases, we even see like from 8 to 10% revenue uptick, and that's huge, obviously.
Yeah, that's huge, and that is money that's just there on the table. So that's an easy win, low hanging fruit there. Now, obviously, you can implement the tracking page into your store in your branding, in your design. Talk me through the whole onboarding process. What steps are involved? How long does it take? how does my day-to-day life look with your app?
Mhm. Yeah, exactly. We have everything customizable. You may change the layout of the page, change colors, change like fonts and stuff like this. You may also have like additional banners, additional texts, and so on. We may even, if you want to, we may even play around with some custom CSS to customize the page even further. Uh, well, the basic setup may take somewhere around maybe 10 to 15 minutes, but some advanced setup may take some more time. But as I said, like our customer success managers are more than willing to help you with this. And yeah, after this, once everything is set up, there's not much else to do. Like you may just visit the app once in a while, see the stats. Like we have very detailed stats, usage stats, and you will see, for example, how much of your shipments are delivered in transit and stuff like this, maybe out for delivery. So yeah, you may just visit the app once in a while to check the status of your shipments.
Mhm. Is it once in a while, do I get updates from the app as a merchant as well through email?
You may, but uh, we don't sell any additional. We don't send any additional notifications to merchants. For example, something like once in a week or once in a month. Um, Tracking stats. But if you want something like this, we can do it for you specifically, no problem.
Okay, so customization of the app for merchants is definitely something that is possible. That's always good.
Absolutely. And if you want something else, like if you have some feature request, for example, we may also do that. Especially if it's not something huge, not something too complicated, we may implement it like maybe within a week or so. So yeah.
Okay, perfect. Is there anything from your experience that you would put on the tracking page in regards of information that goes further, like I don't know, FAQs or something like that? What's the best strategy to keep the customer really informed of what the process is?
Yeah, I've seen some merchants are doing this. They're placing, yeah, as you told, as you've said, some kind of FAQ section there. They some of them may explain a little bit, like this is the page where you can track your order, like put your tracking number in the form above, stuff like this. But yeah, maybe a little explanation is feasible there, but I think it's not that important since the customer will pretty much figure it out by themselves.
hmm Tell me about your pricing structure. How do you charge for the service?
Well, our pricing depends on your volume. So, for example, if you are under 50 orders per month, the app is free for you. We don't charge for that. Yeah, and the more volume you have, the more we charge. And also, some of the features are available on the more expensive plans. So, for example, our Klaviyo integration is available only at the advanced 1500 plan, which is $29.99. But even if you have less than 1500 orders per month, it may be feasible for you to jump on this plan, since the email notifications through Klaviyo is such a powerful function, and it drives revenue, as you've said beautifully, which is already there. It's like you're leaving the money on the table if you don't use it. So yeah, it may be profitable for you to jump on this plan, even if your volume is lower than 1500 per month.
I think having Klaviyo, and I'm not related to Klaviyo in any kind of form, but not having Klaviyo as a Shopify merchant would be just stupid. Klaviyo is such a tight integration, and it gives you so many features. Specifically, as you said, once you use these features together with your app, there is just money on the table that you can easily grab. Before our coffee break comes to an end today, is there anything you want to share with our listeners that we haven't covered yet?
I may share a couple of other features that we have that may be sometimes overlooked by merchants, and sometimes you may want it, but you don't even know if it's possible or not. So one of our features is custom statuses. This is very usable if you, for example, ship often from China, and sometimes it takes 3 or 4 days for the shipping company, for some Chinese carrier to even start to process the package. And during those three or 4 days, there will be no tracking info, and the customer may get a little bit upset. And what we do is you may create several custom statuses, which will be displayed, for example, a day after the order was placed, 2 days after the order was placed, and so on and so on. It's all customizable, of course. And those statuses may say like order accepted, like order shipped, order processed, or whatever. So customer sees every day that a new tracking status appears, and it keeps them like calm, and they don't worry so much about it. And especially may be usable for drop shippers who maybe don't want to show that their package comes from China. We also have a bunch of features for drop shippers. For example, you may hide the Chinese origin of the package. You may even completely hide the tracking statuses that come from Chinese carriers. And those two features can actually work together. You may completely strip the Chinese statuses from the tracking info and replace them with your own custom statuses. And it basically gives sort of a white label feeling to your service.
I think it's a great feature. I remember my dropshipping times, there was often this problem that the carrier or that the merchant just took ages before they were sending this out, and then you already had complaints. Where is my packet? That's a great feature. I really love this, and I think a lot of our listeners will love this as well. Definitely something to try out there. Andrey, before we come to an end today, where can people go and find out more about Parcelus?
Obviously, we have the app is listed on the Shopify App Store, but we also have a website which is by itself a package tracking engine, so to speak. So you can track any of your package at the website, and whatever you see on the website, which will also be displayed in the app if you track, for example, your order with this tracking number in the app. But the main description of the app for Shopify is located at the Shopify App Store. So yeah, it's there. And we also recently received a Build for Shopify badge. So I think a lot of Shopify merchants would know that this is a kind of quality sign, so to speak.
Yeah, definitely it is. I will put all the links in the show notes, also to the App Store, so it will be just one click away. And with your free offer, I think that's a no-brainer to check it out for our listeners. I think, as we mentioned before, it's a no-brainer. There's just money on the table that you can grab there, having the right tracking app, and then doing an upsell through that. Andrey, thanks so much for your time today. I hope a lot of people will reach out to you, and I hope to hear from you soon. Thanks so much.
Thank you for having me.